Ryuichi Kinara, congratulations on yet another podium, but I don't think I've ever seen a BMW so sideways through church. But how was the race?
I'm very tired, but I'm happy this result, because yesterday my qualify is no good. I don't know why. I think my problem, but I know races, especially this track, race pace is very difficult to keep, and that's why when I pass Chris Walker, I just keep strong, just keep trying hard, and then when I pass Shaky, little bit happy, pass Shaky, but then she passed me again. But I enjoy this race, and hopefully, I try to win next race, but for sure not easy, but I try 100% or more.
Shane Shaky Byrne for Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki, and Shaky, there was that tussle with Kyo. You seemed to ride a really controlled race. Was that just managing the tyre issues?
To be honest, we had a plan in the beginning, which was to let somebody else lead, and I got a great start, and Dan was leading, and the pace was super comfortable. I could see Josh was fairly keen to put a move on Dan, and kind of figured that he'd have the pace to disappear too. So I sat there just trying to be really careful with the rear tyre for the laps that Josh followed Dan, and then Josh made his move, and I was a little bit back at the time, and it took me a lap or two to pass Dan, but then I pushed hard to try to catch Josh back up, but made a few mistakes, and then had a few issues in the complex with losing the front a couple of times, and then flipping Keo rocked up at the end there, and it caused all sorts of chaos. And it was a great race. He passed me in the complex, and I thought, oh no, it's the last lap. It's a bit cruel. But I got a really good run on him out of church, and got in his slipstream, and right at the last minute he braked, and I thought, right, it's time for me to brake then, and just managed to hold it. But I kind of parked my bike a little bit in the last chicane, and just tried to drive it out to the line. But changes to be made for race 2 for sure. But great job by Josh and Keo as well for being on the podium.
Congratulations, Shaky. More podium credits. We'll see you in the second one. Let's bring in our race winner, Phil. Milwaukee Yamaha. Congratulations, Josh. And you said to me this morning that you wanted to win this one, and you've gone and done it.
Yeah, it's gone really well. The race was almost perfect. I got away with a fairly good start. Dan beat me to the first turn, and his first couple of laps were more than good enough. I thought, I couldn't see a reason to push harder and try and make a pass, because he was doing equally as good a job as I would have done in that situation. So I sort of sat there and thought maybe it's an opportunity to conserve the tyre a little bit, and then this track's very harsh on tyres. So quickly after only a number of laps, I seen Dan starting to lose some of his drive grip, and I thought, well, I don't want to sit behind him and slow up with him. I want to go ahead and try and maintain. So that was really how it all unfolded for me. And once I was in front, I just focused on the strong points of the Yamaha and kept pushing the bike as hard as it could where it was strong, and just riding it through the areas where I didn't feel as good, and I was able to maintain good lap times, and the gap just grew and grew. Unfortunately, it was not an exciting race at the front for the fans to watch, but it was certainly exciting for me to take the checkered flag and win.
It was a great win, Josh. Congratulations. More podium credits. And any changes for the second one?
No, the bike was working really well. I can't think of an area to criticise it too much, and often it's a compromise. You fix one area and you hamper yourself in another. So I think the general package and the race strategy we've got is strong enough to put in a good fight for race 2.